Motivation is the key. These specially designed exercises wake kids up to make them take responsibility for their lives.
You know, guys, it's days like today where I am extremely ashamed to be a part of the Call of Duty community, specifically because, as you know, we got a lot of gooch lickers out here that, they can't wait for that one time every single month when the player engagement tracker comes out for the month and they see that Call of Duty was the most played game on PlayStation. They can't wait to publicly announce to everybody that they want to do twirly whirlies on Activision's meat stick while they clap their hands. You know what I mean? And then they just make everybody else look stupid. Like, I can't be a part of the Call of Duty community without being paired to some moronic gooch licker that's like, see? Call of Duty's not dead. Because 4 or 5 Call of Duty titles were the second most played thing on PlayStation. Oh, good job, man. You guys really did it. Good job, Activision.
Oh, hooray, yay! Ice cream!
Unfortunately, the Scat Master's really gonna have to become the Tard Wrangler. Unfortunately, guys, the Scat Master is gonna have to go all out because the amount of gooch lickers that you guys are about to witness today, yeah, it's gonna be a tough read. I'm not gonna lie. I might have my YouTube rights stripped away again because some of the things I'm gonna show you guys today, there's just no other way to go about it, guys. But before I get into it, I'm gonna need you to leave a like on today's video, and if you don't, we're gonna have to make that noise, you know what I'm saying? Ah! Oh my god, Call of Duty's not dead and I love taking it up the yes! Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. Guys, yesterday we had a great stream and we're gonna have another one today, so please wait for those times to come up. Maybe I'll put them on the screen right now, but join up on that. Get yourself a tier 1 Scatmaster Fooly memby. And guys, check this out. This comes out from Scatmaster Charles. He says, in February in the US, Call of Duty was the #2 most played game on PS5 and the #1 most played game on Xbox. Black Ops 6 has now fallen to the #4 best-selling game of the year in the US.
Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care.
And as you can see, on PlayStation 5, okay, we gotta specify, it's not PlayStation in general, it's just PlayStation 5. The Call of Duty HQ is just behind Fortnite. Now, this needs to be said, and I gotta repeat it every single time we talk about this, because the gooch lickers will really look at this and be like, see? Call of Duty not dead. Let me remind you that the Call of Duty HQ encompasses quite a few titles and quite a few game modes that you wouldn't really expect to have their own player counts, but they're all meshed into one single thing. So let's really break this down right now, okay guys? If I'm not mistaken, Call of Duty HQ starts with MW 2019 Part 2, you know, that dog shit game.
A 2-pack of ass!
We're gonna start with MW 2019 Part 2. Okay, we're going to take into account DMZ, because that's part of it. We're going to take into account the people playing campaign, which, yes, it's a very small amount of people, but it is included. So that's 3 under MW2. Then we have MW 2019 Part 3, and there's multiplayer, there's campaign again, there is zombies, and there's Warzone 2.0, I'm pretty sure is what came out during that time, or maybe it came out the year prior, but so far we're at 7. Now we have Black Ops 6, and in Black Ops 6 we have multiplayer, we have campaign again, and we have zombies again. And what does that total out to, guys? There is 10 different games / modes for people to be playing on that will be put together for the player count that takes up the Call of Duty HQ. Whereas games like Fortnite realistically have like 1 or 2 separate dedicated modes. You know what I mean? Like, there is no Fortnite HQ to download different versions of Fortnite that come out every year, so that's not a thing. The sport games like NBA 2K or FIFA, they come out once a year, and they're only counted for that one time in the year, whereas Call of Duty HQ encompasses 4 separate titles and various different game modes that are not just multiplayer that total up to 10 different things that you can be doing in the Call of Duty HQ.
God damn!
Keep that in mind because the people that we're unfortunately gonna have to respond to today, they don't really use the cranium that was given to them at birth, which is exactly why I think we take these people over to the zoo, toss them in the baboon sanctuary, and take their bananas, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into some of the people that are gonna make you want to bleach your eyes, here's one of the responses that comes out from Blame Truth. Congrats on 4 games in one hub on 12-year-old hardware beating yearly sport titles and decade-old indie games. We are so back. Don't show the Steam charts. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed your little dose of not AIDS, because what we're about to witness right now is really gonna make you question whether or not you even want to be here, okay? So this response comes out from Andrew Campion. I don't really know. Enigma AMC. He says, every time this stupid COD is dead argument appears. And he has his cute little meme over here. That's great. That's great. And somebody responds to him and says, there's COD MW2 and Warzone 2. There's COD MW3, Warzone 3, and there's Zombies mode. There's COD BO6, which is the 4th time we had a Warzone installment-esque type of thing. And another iteration of Zombies. 8 different game modes versus 1 game entries. If FIFA or NBA were allowed to combine their player counts of their last 8 games, they'd be first too. There is a reason COD HQ exists and not just Black Ops 6 alone. And Homeboy over here responds with, you've just made up that zombies are different games. You've also just made up Warzone 3 and 4, they don't exist. You're also hilarious to think that people are playing MW2 or 3 in any sort of knowledgeable scale in 2025.
Oh my god! I got you in 4K! Just dick rotted!
Well, I hate to break it to this guy, but there's actually quite a few people that have stopped playing Black Ops 6 and have gone back to MW 2019 Part 3. Now listen, in my opinion, both games, absolute horse ass, but it is a thing. Also, there is a massive zombies community. I don't know why this guy's just ignoring the fact that zombies has been a dedicated side mode for like a decade and a half. Why would it not have a popular player base? I don't know what this guy's on, but it seems like he's choosing to not look at certain things. I don't know. There's like this new movement on Twitter where people are trying to be like, oh, look, this guy thinks Call of Duty's dead. Look at this. 9 titles versus 1 title, and we're just right behind them. See, Call of Duty's not dead.
Dumbass!
Just making himself look like an absolute buffoon. Also, Call of Duty is dead is not an argument. It's a statement. But I don't know, man. I'd like to think that public education should remain free, but seeing as how none of these people are actually taking advantage of that, we might have to put a paywall behind it. Then we have this clown over here, Warzone Meta, Warzone Stats GG. Great name, man. COD is a dead game, trying to do that whole meme where he thinks he's got that gotcha moment on us. Except for the fact that when it comes to the actual data that we can look at, when it comes to hard actual numbers, the Steam player base is dropped by like 90%, and I understand there's a lot of people out there that want to do the whole, oh, Steam doesn't account for the player base, although most people are on console, not PC. Well, check it out, man. You see, every single time you want to be this little hard-ass defiant guy on Twitter and really take it to the people that are saying Call of Duty's not in a good state right now, you know who you're defending? You're defending Activision, who was once ran by who? Mr. Bobby Cosby. Now listen, if this guy told you to twerk for him, I firmly believe a lot of these people would actually do it. He went under oath and really broke down the percentaged portions of the entire Call of Duty player base, and who would have guessed it? PC actually encompasses more players than consoles. Don't believe me? Believe your father who said it, alright? Bobby Cosby is your daddy. He's the one that said it. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at him. Also, Mr. Warzone Stats GG, it doesn't really seem like this is your area of expertise. See, I'm not too sure if you're trying to be like a wannabe Ghost of Hope or Doug Dimmadome Warzone. Fuck you, Doug! I don't know why you would want to bite off of that guy, but if you're not doing that, it really looks like what you're trying to do is be one of these gameplay guys like, oh guys, check out my newest class setup, this thing is totally awesome, it rips. Yeah, the only thing that's ripping is my ass when you inhale my shit particles, because clearly, when it really comes down to having a logical response or maybe doing some research on some of the actual hard numbers that we have. Doesn't really seem like you're the type to ride on the regular bus with us. I don't know, something tells me you might be on the short bus. And that goes for you and that wannabe caster that we just talked about a couple of moments ago. Also, I don't know what this broad is talking about, Smixy. Yeah, you look like one of those people that were probably with Dyke Dynamite over at the Special Olympics Squid Games event. You've been compensated by Activision. Pipe down. Also, need I remind all of these people that if Call of Duty was really not in an alarming state where we could dub it dead or dying, which is obviously hyperbole, but maybe these guys just don't understand that. I don't know, I would personally say saying Call of Duty is dead instead of saying, oh my gosh, the Call of Duty player count is dropping little by little and it's kind of getting alarming, is kind of the equivalent of these guys gooch licking, clickbaiting, talking about, this is the best Warzone class setup in Season 2, where it's really just one of the most generic guns and generic class setups that we've ever seen. Or maybe it's like Dyke Dynamite really coming out here being like 50 plus confirmed weapons in Modern Warfare 4, and realistically it's like, hey, we can assume that the FAMAS is going to be in a Modern Warfare title. Obviously, us saying Call of Duty is dead is hyperbole, dumbass. But regardless, don't take it from us, and don't take offense to us saying that Call of Duty is dying or that it's dead or that some red flags are around and people should be alarmed. Take it from your own daddy's mouth. These guys are the ones worried about the player count, so much so that if Verdansk doesn't overwhelmingly succeed, Warzone is not coming back. And I don't know about you guys, but if my game was truly in such a successful state, I don't think I'd be having these sort of ideas of shutting Warzone down and really banking on the most nostalgia-baited thing that we've seen in years in Call of Duty. But hey, what do I know, guys? I'm out here just hating on Call of Duty. But I'll tell you one thing, I'd rather hate on Call of Duty and Activision than twerk for Activision, give them a lap dance, and really do my best Megan Thee Stallion impression. And in the case of some of these people that we showcased today, doing our best Tiana Trump impersonation. I mean, hey, it's really pick your poison out here. You want to lay the meat down or you want to take the meat? I'm not really down for taking the meat, man. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, guys, I guess Call of Duty is most certainly, in fact, not dying, given by the fact that 10 titles and game modes combined are just right behind one title in Fortnite on PlayStation 5. When again, according to Bobby Cosby, your father, consoles don't even make up the largest percentage for the player base in Call of Duty anyways. Fucking idiots. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think of this new statistic to come out for Call of Duty? And what do you think of these gooch slickers that are really doing their best Ram Ranch impression for Activision? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.